I don't really think I knew what to expect. I'd been to missions trips like to Mexico and stuff like that, but it's become, I don't know how to describe how big of a part of like my heart it's become.
Kind of the way things typically go in our family, me and Ryan do something cool, and then
That's not true.
And then Taryn gets mad and like, oh, I want to be a part too.
I think it was 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago now, I met with one of my students. She and her parents started a ministry called Containers of Hope. We fill school backpacks full of hygiene supplies, school supplies, a toy. You know, it was neat supporting them, but I felt God calling me to maybe go. I'm not a traveling person. I don't enjoy necessarily going far away. In fact, I didn't even have a passport. I kind of figured, you know, it might be something I just check off a list, you know. Okay, God, I'll do this for you once. And I had no idea the effect it would have on my life. And so it grabbed a hold of me to the point where I've basically gone back almost every year since then.
When he said he was gonna go, we kind of were thrown off a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he said, he doesn't really travel a lot and doesn't really go too many places. So Africa was a little bit of a stretch. But he came back and the stories that he was telling and the experiences that he was sharing with us, that I wanted to be a part of that.
It's grabbed a hold of the Esslinger family. We just love Liberia. It's kind of like almost like a second home for us. Those 70 children, they all call me uncle. I'm their Uncle Rawl, and we feel like family there.
We landed in Brussels on our layover. There was kind of this commotion, and first a man came over the speaker and said something about everybody evacuate, and that was when just chaos kind of erupted.
It went from kind of calm to crazy within like a split second.
Yeah. The fear started kind of arising, and they finally told us there had been a bombing, and it was a terrorist attack. I remember at that time just thinking, you know, you see all these people from different cultures and different walks of life, and something like that happens and we're all the same. Like, we're all vulnerable, we're all scared and wanting to get to be with our loved ones or get where we need to go. And I remember having just cool conversations with people, and God really just kind of broke my heart for just all the people around the world, and it really like unifies you when you go through stuff like that.
And as much as, you know, fear and things were kicking in, I think the main thing in all the back of our minds was like, oh great, like, are we gonna be able to make it this year?
Everybody was asking me, you know, aren't you gonna bring them home? Aren't they gonna turn around and fly home? And I said, I know they're not gonna come home, they're gonna keep going. It's really God's calling in our lives to be involved in this ministry in Liberia. And like I said, I knew that wasn't going to stop this group, and we're also not going to, you know, let things like that stop us from going.
I don't see it stopping anytime soon. And yeah, every year we go, it's hard to leave. And we start preparing and counting down the days for the next trip. So yeah, it's definitely become a huge part of our lives.